Next up is before the game, the show that will not be censored by the AFL.
And I guess in the studio is Jared Roughhead.
You can't say that. You can't say that.
Coming up tonight in 10 News, a tight outcome expected in the daylight saving referendum as 1.3 million WA residents vote to have their say on the issue. Polling booths close tonight at 6 p.m. Also, the clean-up continues after yesterday's spectacular fuel tanker fire in Perth's southern suburbs, amid fears petrol could drain into nearby waterways. Join me for all the details during half-time of the football.
One is here.
A 24-hour, free-to-air sports channel.
To receive one, you'll either require a digital TV or a digital set-top box.
One is available in both high and standard definition.
Standard definition will be available on all digitally capable TVs.
On digital channel 12.
To receive the high-definition signal, you'll need a high-definition enabled TV.
It is available at Channel 1.
For more information, go to 10.com.au/1.
Before the game, 30-minute sprint tonight before the big game. Fantastic crowd in the house. Jared Roughhead, our very special guest tonight. Tool of the week a little bit later on. The gang's all here. They're in fantastic form. The Hawks are back in town, everyone. Magnificent work by them last night for most of that game,
fantastic.
Look, it was a big win, but people are, the Hawks are trying to tell us that Buddy Franklin's not overweight.
He's fine.
I have evidence of him being overweight. I've got the footage of the plane landing at Tullamarine this morning. Have a look at Buddy. Buddy was in business class. He's absolutely freaked that plane out. He should have been in the cargo hold.
Husey, did you get clearance from the AFL to do that joke?
No, I did not get clearance from the AFL. The AFL does not control this TV show. We can say whatever we like and we will not be sucking up to the AFL. We can do anything, can't we?
Sure can. I'm on your side on this one.
Example, what about this? I can just do this. Have a look at that. There he is, Andrew Demetrio, and he is ruler of the AFL, and I love you, Andrew.
This is an independent show and we independently express opinions.
We independently love Andrew Demetrio.
Now, what we're talking about here, of course, is that Grant Thomas was sacked during the week. Is he ever not sensationally sacked,
Everything
Grant
about
Thomas?
the man is controversial.
So he worked for your radio station, for SEN.
He did. SEN, that's right, yep.
And there have been some pretty big claims made since then and pretty big claims denied.
Well, the freedom of the press has been brought into question, rightly or wrongly. I think wrongly, to be honest, but that has been the underlying conversation that's taken place since.
So he was bagging the AFL and then somehow he ended up getting sacked because the AFL didn't like it.
Well, no, I don't think that's true at all. You're making it a very black and white situation.
Yeah, the point is that SEN wants a slice of the next broadcasting rights, which is up for negotiation right now. Grant Thomas makes some pretty pointy comments whenever he's on radio or TV or in newspapers, and the inference has been that he's said things that has made the AFL unhappy and he's wound up sacked for financial reasons, and apparently they're not going to save a cent. So it leaves a pretty interesting
that's not true,
scenario.
Sam. He does eat a lot of biscuits out of our tea room.
But Andrew Demetriou is furious about this. He did an extended interview yesterday on 3AW. One claim he made, Andrew, that I want to put to you is that he said it was a nonsense that the AFL has received complaints about discussion relating to umpires that has happened on SEN. Is that right or wrong?
No, well, it's not technically right, no, on two occasions. I just want to clear this up.
You're going to talk about the text messaging?
Yeah,
the phones.
exactly.
I'm going to have to take your phone off you to make sure
right,
they
just pass it over
during
there.
this bit.
All right.
Explain what's happened here.
The bottom line is that on two separate occasions this year, while conversations on air, on SEN, have been taking place, have both been anti-umpiring slanted. Two particular guests, Simon Marshall, former jockey on the first occasion, Sam Newman on the second. Both conversations, both of those two gentlemen were critical of umpiring, and on both of those occasions, text messages were received by me from Patrick Keane saying, what are you bagging the umpires for? This is boring. It's
Did
terrible.
they have a smiley face and an LOL?
No, there wasn't a lot of LOL and there wasn't a lot of smiley face. So that is it. That's the bottom.
Patrick's the
Oh,
media
hang on.
manager.
What's happened here?
Well, that's the AFL. They don't like your shirt, Andy. On this occasion, I agree with them.
So, Andy, aside from those 2 text messages that you received from Patrick Keane, have you received any other pressure from the AFL?
No, and if you suggest anything to the contrary, you're making it up. I've never received any other pressure, and that's not even pressure, really. That's just the AFL doing the job. I've never been pressured by the AFL to say anything.
You should say that, Andy Marr. Then how do you explain this?
That is disappointing, Andy. I really thought you'd stop sleeping with horses, Andy.
I've just got another text message from the AFL. That's the worst bit of acting they've ever seen.
Dead right on that one.
Look, your radio station's not the only ones under pressure this week.
Who else?
Terry Wallace is still under pressure, coach of Richmond.
Sure.
And he's starting to feel it. He was door-stopped the other day by Channel 9 reporter. His reaction was not happy Jan. Yeah, let's have a look at him being door-stopped. Is that the word?
Yeah.
You guys have got to get here a lot earlier. This is almost after morning breakfast for us, so...
Have you lost the passion to coach, Terry?
Cheers, boys. Hey, don't put that on. That's I'm doing the right thing. Never lost the passion to coach. I've tried to do the right thing by you, and that's a question.
Oh, all right. He's
Watch
not
out for
happy.
the killer look. Here it is. Hey!
He's not happy at all there.
He's not happy at all. I can understand how he feels.
Oh, really?
Well, something similar happened to me during the course of the week.
Really?
Nah, you can't just turn up on people's doorsteps unannounced. It's not on. Hey, you guys got to get here a lot later than this. It's 4 o'clock. The show doesn't start for another 2 hours.
Have you lost the passion for before the game?
You know, that is Hughes. Never lost passion for before the game. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go upstairs, I'm going to have another little lie down. We're about 5:45, maybe 6. You're an idiot. Jesus, Hughes.
That's an unfair.
Honestly, it was a fair question. And
Unfair.
swearing at me was ridiculous, Mick Malloy.
Oh, hello. What's going on?
I say I felt that was some of the best acting they've ever seen.
Kidding themselves. The Western Bulldogs have been under pressure. They're under pressure a lot for a lot of today's game at the MCG against Melbourne. They got the points in the end. It was a vital 4 points to the Doggies as well. Come on, a bit of love for the Dogs in the audience. 7-point victory, Sam.
The audience have just been told off.
Hey guys, what we saw today was some vintage Jason Ackermanis, a bit of acrobatics, 60-metre running goal and a bit of a handy goal assist that just helped the Bulldogs edge home. Now, what a fascinating figure. He's done a pre-match interview today again stating that he wants to stay at the Bulldogs until they win a premiership. At the beginning of this year, he said he was going to retire, and that's certainly the impression that the Bulldogs have been under. But today, I guess Rodney Eade's saying that he helped get them home. Is this, could Acker play on?
Why wouldn't he play on? Yeah, well, I think he should play on. Absolutely. If he doesn't, he's going to be annoying me a lot more next year, I can tell you. No, he definitely should play on.
It's interesting, though, because the Dogs, and he floated this just on air 2 weeks ago, Jason Ackermanis, in the way that he kind of does, which was taking people by surprise. And it took the club by surprise, and they've certainly been under the impression that he was gone at the end of this year.
He's forever a talking point, and there was a downside for the Western Bulldogs today. Robert Murphy's done a hamstring, so we'll keep an eye on that and see exactly how bad that is.
Expect it out for 2 to 3 weeks, which is
There's another game on today down at Skilled Stadium. The Geelong Footy Club took on North Melbourne. And in typical Geelong fashion, they completely smashed the Kangaroos. It was a magnificent performance by the Cats. 8 straight to start the season. Time to cross down to the winners' rooms for the Jason family betting player of the day. Nice handball there, Sash. And that is Jimmy Bartell. What a player he is. Racked up a heap of possessions again. Jimmy, well done. You are our Jason family betting player of the day. Just on autopilot again, you blokes, today.
No, it was pretty hard fought today. Kangaroos really took it up to us.
Yeah, sure they did. You guys rave on about playing unselfish footy. If you're so unselfish, why don't you give your opposition a go one day?
Nah, mate, we'll take every win we can get and, just hopefully keep playing some good footy.
And, Jimmy, who needs Gary Ablett? Will he get back in the team?
Yeah, he'll certainly be back. He's nearly first picked every week.
Jimmy, Cameron Mooney having a bit of tussle with his old teammate Scott Thompson. Was he just in one of those kind of on-edge moods today?
No, he always plays pretty fired up, and that's when he plays his best footy. So if he can tread the line but stay on the right side of it, we'll be all good.
And Jimmy, you're still displaying some good skills in the change rooms there, dodging the lollies. Hey, mate, those... No, not so good there. Mate, those North Melbourne Guernseys today, are they as bad in person as they look on television?
Well, they can't do much else because they're pretty much the same colours as us, but, yeah, they're not great, I don't think. But they're all white ones are a bit better, I reckon.
And just before you go, just a question about Shane Mumford. It's hard-hitting. How many sausages have you seen him eat in one sitting?
Yeah, he's a big eater, the big boy. As long as he doesn't stack the weight back on, we'll be sweet.
Jimmy, well done today to you and the team. It's a super team you've got down there. Another fantastic performance. Well done. You are our Jason Family Betting Player of the Day. James Bartel, everybody.
Cheers.
Good job, Jimmy Bartel. Well, it was another massive week in the press, and I think we found some headlines that you may have missed, starting with Mick Malloy.
That's right. I've got one here from The Age from earlier in the week. Richmond players struggle with basic skills while 15-year-old girls sail solo around the world. Puts it in perspective, really, doesn't it?
Rex Hunt received a community-based sentence during the week from something that went on, and the Herald Sun came up with this. Prison disappointed with Rex Hunt's sentence after setting up new yibbity-yibbity divisions. Would have been fun, that division.
And his headline in The Australian yesterday, Terry Wallace deciding whether to go into basketball admin or become jumps race jockey.
It is the future. So, that's the AFL.
You preempted the text
message. That was them. They said it's time to go to a break.
OK, let's do that. We are going to take a break, and when we come back, Jared Ruffett from the Hawthorn Footy Club to join us.
The history. Can you believe this? The controversy. Expect the unexpected when the Sydney Swans clash with West Coast. Live 5 o'clock today on 10.
Welcome back to the show. Just before the game, please keep your hands together for our special guest tonight, Jared Ruffett from the Hawthorn Footy Club. Welcome to you, Jared.
How excited were the boys last night after the win? Because it was a great result in the end last night.
Yeah, no, boys fought, I suppose, went pretty hard for the win and got it, but flight home was the more taxing on us. So.
Did you have a few beers on the way home?
No.
Did you have a few cans
left
out?
Perth about 12:30 and flew into Melbourne about 6 this morning. So.
The worst flight you can have in Australia. Yeah. Just in case you missed the scores, here they are from Subiaco last night. Brilliant second quarter from the Hawks, where they ripped the game apart. Fremantle did come back at you pretty hard for the second half of the game, but all the damage was done in that second quarter.
A lot of focus on Chris Tarrant and Lance Franklin's duel, Andy, but Cyril Rioli, by golly, he just keeps doing these incredible things. Have you seen a guy being able to get out of trouble like that? The old behind-the-back trick and a lovely little assist here. I mean, you've got an embarrassment of riches there in Hawthorn's forward line. Who do you most enjoy watching?
I probably enjoy watching Buddy and Cyril. Everyone would. I mean, they're the two most exciting people in there, and it's just great to watch them week in, week out.
Bruce McAvaney called Cyril delicious last week. Was he getting a little... Well, that's true, that's what he said. Was he getting a little bit of delicious at training during the week?
No, not at all.
You won't get, well, not even tasty? Nothing?
A little bit awkward if we just started licking him in.
So you're looking pretty sumptuous from where I'm sitting, so bear that.
He's only 19. What's his upside like? I mean, is he the sort of player who can actually play in the middle? Is he going to be a genuine midfielder at some stage?
Well, he started there last night, like in the first centre bounce, so obviously they're trying to groom him to maybe play there in the future, but at the moment I'm pretty happy him giving us the ball in the forward line. So.
It was a massive win, and Freo were pumped right up. Actually, their captain was saying some extraordinary things just before the first bounce. Let's have a listen to Matthew Pavlich talking.
Enjoy the moment, enjoy winning the hard ball. Hey, put on your Superman capes, boy. It's Wharfie time, let's go. You don't know.
He just said, put on your Superman capes, it's Wharfie time. What the hell hell does that mean?
I know what it means, but I can't tell you because you're not a wharfie. It's a little wharfie gag that we like to
Well,
have.
a wharfie's where Superman...
It's like Hammer Time. You love Hammer Time.
I did love Hammer Time, but that was in the 80s, all right?
Is there still room? The game's so structured now and it's all about so many specific measured things. Is there still room in the game for an old-fashioned rev from a player or a coach that still gets you blokes up and about?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Mitch probably gives us one, or not every now and again, but in a big game, for sure, you just try and pump up your blokes as much as possible.
Yeah.
Does Clarko give you one before the game, a rev up in the rooms, like a good old-fashioned spur on, or not really?
No, not so much. I mean, the planning's all done during the week, so it's just more just reiterating what we have to do to go out there and do it.
Do you respond? Because some players apparently don't respond when they get, like, sprayed, yelled at. What are you someone who enjoys being sprayed? Are you someone who...
Are you?
Well, I don't enjoy being sprayed, but...
Well, I don't think anyone does. It's like when Mum used to yell at you.
Some people, though, it makes them angry and that makes them perform. Others, I guess, just go into their shells.
Well, you mentioned... we could talk about it all night, but the planning, you mentioned the matchups last night for the Hawks, I thought were perfect, with maybe one exception.
Watch this attempt.
What's going on? What is going on?
He needed Cyril Rioli on his shoulders there. He was giving away about 3 feet.
The worst thing is I was supposed to be playing behind the ball and getting in front of him, but Brownie's just saying, no, I've got him. I'm like, you sure? Yeah.
Aaron Sandilands had these strange boots on. They're gridiron boots, apparently. They're size 18, and the only reason he's wearing them is because they are size 18, and apparently they're difficult shoes to come by.
He looks like he's about 50 metres behind him in that photo, but he's actually standing beside him.
Now, coming at the Premiership defence this year, how different were your goals at the start of this year? Was it just flat out, let's win the Premiership this year, or did you set sort of different goals for yourselves, like let's, aim for top 4, or...?
Oh, I suppose it was just the same as last year. I mean, Geelong, we thought, are still the #1 team, and they're proving that now. So obviously we thought if we can just try and win as many games as we can to hopefully be there at the end of the year, maybe top 4, then that'll go a long way to helping us in September.
Yeah, and there's been a bit of talk about a hangover. What's the feeling at the club? When you read that in the press, what's the feeling amongst the team?
I don't know. It's different. I mean, I've never experienced anything like this before, but I don't think it's a hangover. I mean, it's only round 8, and we're 4-4, so it's not like we're behind the 8 ball.
It's not a hangover. You're still drunk, aren't you?
There was some suggestion there was some big honesty session on Monday. It's been reported. Did something actually along those lines take place?
No, not so much. I mean, we just went in there on Monday and had a long chat. Obviously, what happened after the Essendon game wasn't great, so we just had a long chat and just tried to sort out a few things and moved on to Fremantle last night.
All right, because those honesty sessions can be brutal. Yeah. We actually had one here during the week, and whoa, it got a little bit ugly.
Since Carlton have been losing, I've stopped doing the research.
Let it out.
Well, the other week when I was really late for the show, guys, it wasn't because of traffic. I was hungover.
Cheers, mate. It's all right. Good on you. Fed you, Mickey?
No, nothing really. Oh, Hughesy, the baby may not be yours.
Hopefully there weren't any bombshells. Hopefully there weren't any bombshells like that. You can tell us in the break if there were. Jared Rufford's going to stick around when we come back. More Jared Rufford in Tool of the Week. Big game on Channel 10 tonight. Sydney taking on the West Coast Eagles. What a rivalry these two teams have had in recent years. Hardly a breath between them for about 5 years there. Those two great grand finals, of course, playing at ANZ Stadium. Both seasons on the line for these two. They've managed to stay in touch. A big night for Barry Hall after his poor performance last week. Welcome back to the show. Jared Rufford. A very special guest.
You're leading the goal kicking, you're leading the Coleman medal. Is that a dream of yours to win the Coleman medal?
No, not at all.
Oh, surely you'd love to, wouldn't you?
I think the big fella next to me might steal it like he did last year.
What,
not
Mick Malloy?
No.
No, but you are a big chance to win it this year. I think come on, you're in front. I haven't got money on you, but and I won't now because you've got no confidence I'll win.
Jared, it shows, I guess, how much of a big sort of fish you are these days in the AFL, that it's been reported today that you are on the Gold Coast Most Wanted list. I'm not going to get you to sort of pledge your allegiance to Hawthorn because I'm sure you feel that. But what I will ask you is that the Gold Coast is going to be throwing around a whole lot of money, and maybe as much as $1.2 million a year for a guy like you.
That's before the game money.
How do you resist that?
I don't know. If they can throw in a sunscreen sponsorship, I reckon I'd be right there. But no, it's not a thing I don't think that I'd be interested in to go up there. No.
What, a massive amount of cash?
Yeah, but
what drives you, man?
You can hang out with Warwick Kappa.
All right.
No, that's AFL. You are going to the Gold Coast.
Why do you say that? Why do you say it doesn't sort of appeal?
I don't know. It's just one of those things where you grow up playing with all your mates at Hawthorn, and it's a bit hard to just leave them all of a sudden and go up and start with a new club and just move out of Victoria, where I'm from. So it's just
$1.2 million.
Yeah, you can.
Well, now it's time for a segment that is pretty confident Jared Ruffhead is staying at Hawthorn. It's the Home Hardware.
Team bonding is very important, you know that, Jared, especially after a massive loss. Port Adelaide got beaten last week and they were not happy. But the way they bonded, I think, is unnatural. Let's have a look at a bit of training during the week, all right? Here's a man who's basically break-dancing on one of the players. Watch this little move. Now, that is not normal. I've never seen that in a game of AFL. Mark Williams, the coach, loves it so much he gets the whole team involved here. This is wrong. It shouldn't happen on training. That's obscene. I never want to see that again. That's why, Mark Williams, you are Tool of the Week.
Got it again.
You Impact Group from Home Hardware, your proper hardware store.
Oh, it's over there.
Bring the tool over.
Sammy, there it is.
Oh, the Limo's got it.
That makes him the first 14-time winner of Tool of the Week. Mark Williams, well done indeed. We're going to take a break. Stick around. More Jared Ruffhead when we come back. Welcome back to Before the Game. That's where we're on next week. Limo's got the footy record. Next week's going to be massive, by the way. Watch it with your footy record. Jason Ackermanis and Mark Thompson on the show next week.
Now, I thought all Hawthorn supporters were meant to be rich and they all went home from the game in the back of, limousines, but apparently not. Some of them ride the back of trains home, which is ridiculous.
It's something I think they do down at Hawthorn specifically.
It's ridiculous
And they work their
to
way
suggest
up to trains like that. Have a look at some footage I came across earlier in the week. That is quite extraordinary. What is that?
That's the new non-smoking section on the comic strips. Smoking section.
Jared, are you embarrassed by your fans when they do things like that?
no, not at all.
Jared Ruffhead's been our special guest, everybody. Thanks for watching. The footy's up next. Sydney